This is an in-service training program presented by Nutrition Care Systems. Today's topic, hazardous chemicals in the food service department. Upon completing this in-service, you will, number 1, be able to locate and use the safety data sheets, or SDS. Number 2, follow label directions of hazardous products and protect yourself from injury. Number 3, identify hazardous products in the work environment. Number 4, recognize the potential danger exposure to hazardous chemicals. And number 5, list examples of personal protective equipment, or PPE. Chemicals are an extremely important part of the sanitation program for a food service department, and they can be very dangerous if an employee is not trained properly as to how to use them. Let's talk briefly about safety data sheets, or SDS. Each chemical must have a safety data sheet and will include the following information: the name and purpose of the chemical, fire and explosion information, the potential health and physical hazards. Safety data sheets will also include safety precautions when using the product, the method to properly store, dispose of, and clean up product, and how to deal with accidents. Chemical labeling system. Chemicals must have proper labels that include the name of the product and the hazard warnings. Chemicals should be stored in original containers. All chemicals, including spray bottles, must be labeled, and if a label becomes damaged, it must be replaced with a new label. Chemical safety. A chemical is classified as hazardous if it causes a health or physical hazard. So a chemical is a health hazard if it irritates the skin or eyes but does not cause permanent damage, causes an allergic reaction to develop from long-term use, destroys or changes the surface it touches, causes cancer, is poisonous when inhaled, swallowed, or touched, or damages internal organs. Examples of physical hazards are gasoline, which is a fire hazard, aerosol cans, which will explode when heated, or bleach, which can cause a poisonous gas when mixed with certain chemicals. Three major dangers of potential exposure to hazardous chemicals. Number 1 being inhalation. Breathing in dust particles, fumes, mist, or vapors from a hazardous product can irritate or burn the nose, throat, lungs, and air passages. The number 2 danger is skin or eye contact. When hazardous chemicals or their solutions are splashed or spilled onto the skin or into the eyes, they can cause irritation, rash, dry or cracked skin, burning eyes, and in some cases may cause severe or permanent injury. Third danger is swallowing. Chemicals can enter the body if contaminated food is eaten. Chemicals can enter the body when smoking while handling a chemical product. Chemicals can enter the body when accidentally ingested. And then hazardous chemicals that have been swallowed can severely irritate or injure internally, cause nausea, and in some cases may cause death. Personal protective equipment. Some chemicals require the use of this personal protective equipment, and examples would be gloves, masks, goggles, and aprons. Let's take a short quiz on hazardous chemicals. Number 1, which of the following is not included on a safety data sheet? A, safety precautions, B, fire and explosion information, C, cost of the chemical, or D, how to deal with accidents. And the answer to question number 1, which of the following is not included on a safety data sheet? And that would be C, cost of the chemical. Question number 2, which of the following regarding chemical labeling is not true? A, spray bottles must be labeled. B, chemicals do not have to be stored in original containers. C, if a label becomes damaged, it must be replaced with a new one. Or D, labels must include name, product, and hazard warnings. And the answer to question number 2, which of the following regarding chemical labeling is not true? And that would be B. Chemicals do not have to be stored in original containers. That is false. Chemicals must be stored in original containers. Question number 3. The following is not an example of a physical hazard. A, aerosol cans. B, bleach. C, fruit punch. Or D, gasoline. And the answer to question number 3, the following is not an example of a physical hazard, and that would be C, fruit punch. Question number 4 is a true or false question. Goggles are an example of personal protective equipment. Of course, the answer to number 4 is true. Goggles are an example of personal protective equipment, as are gloves, masks, and aprons. Question number 5, true or false? Inhalation is an example of the danger of potential exposure to hazardous chemicals. And the answer to question number 5, of course, is true. Inhalation is an example of the danger of potential exposure to hazardous chemicals. Thank you for your participation in today's program. Our goal is for you to use this information in your daily work. We hope you are well served today and every day. If you would like more information about our in-service training programs or our dietitian consulting services, please contact us at Nutrition Care Systems, 1275 Davis Road, Suite 121, Elgin, Illinois, or visit us on the web at nutritioncaresystems.com.